Hey YouTube, what's up? And welcome back to tutorial number 37. And in this tutorial we can go ahead and start actually styling our web page. So before we actually do that, there's still a few little things that we have to change on our HTML, but there's not many. And the first thing is actually just something that's irritating me a little bit, and that is in my header of the website. I went ahead and I used my header 2 at the top of the page, and then further down I used a heading 1 as the article header. So I actually think I need to go ahead and change that. So these should actually be header 2s, and the top of the page should be a heading 1. So that was just actually irritating me a little bit that I did that. And I'm just going to go ahead and click save. And the next thing I want to do is we need to give everything an ID. So all the main parts of our website that we want to go ahead and start styling all need to have IDs so that we can identify them. So at the top of my page I have my header, and I actually just want to give this an ID, and I'm going to call it page underscore header, and then my navigation, I decided I'd give this an ID of top underscore nav, and underneath that we've got our section, and I decided I'd give that an ID of the section, seeing as there's only one section. So we're going ahead and we can skip everything here, all the articles and the footers and etc., until we get to our ending section tag, and then we've got our aside, and this is the part of the website that needs to be on the side of the browser, so like it needs to get moved over to the side, and I'm going to give that an ID of side underscore news. And then last but not least wow, what a tongue twister, the footer of our web page. And I'm just going to go ahead and give that an ID, and I'm going to go ahead and call that page underscore footer. So that's just the footer of our website over there. And there's one last thing that we actually need to do, and that is just to put everything inside of a div that we can use to center our website. So as you can see, there's my ending body tag. So I'm going to select everything above my ending body tag all the way to the top of the page until I get to my starting body tag, and then I'm going to go ahead and push tab, and that's just indented everything one line further. And I'm going to go ahead and add in a new tag called well, it's just going to be a div tag, but I'm going to give it an ID of center underscore maker, and that's just going to be used to center the whole web page, so that's why I called it that. And just before we close off our body over here, we just need to end off that div. So there we go, we now have everything that we need to start styling our web page. And we can go over to our CSS, and the first thing whenever you start styling your web page like this is you want to get rid of all the defaults. So as you can see, I've got on our website over here, we've got like a lot of space between our image and our header, and then again we've got a lot of space between our header and this links over here, the navigation. So we want to get rid of all of that space because, you know, it's actually kind of annoying that it's there, and you'll see why later if you ever try style a web page without getting rid of the defaults. So let's just get rid of defaults. And just in case you guys didn't know how to make a comment in CSS, that's pretty much how you make it. You just start off with your /, and then you use the little asterisk symbol, and then you end it off with the asterisk symbol and the /, and anything inside of that is a comment. So there we go, that is one comment. And what we want to do now is just get rid of the defaults. So I'm going to use the little asterisk symbol over there, and what that does is it selects everything on the web page. So let's just go ahead and we can comment that there. So it selects everything on the web page. Cool. And now I'm just going to go ahead and set the margin to 0 pixels and the padding to 0 pixels. And now nothing on our web page should have a margin or a padding. And if we go back to the browser and we click refresh, you can see there is no more padding or margins anymore. Everything is like pushed up against each other and there's like no space, and it's kind of difficult to read. But we'll go ahead and fix that later. And now what I want to do is I just want to select my body tag, because I want a different font on the web page. I don't want to use that standard, I guess this is Times New Roman or something. I don't want to use Times New Roman, so I just want to go font minus family, and I could probably set this to Arial or something, but then it might not work on browsers or computers that have Linux or something. I don't think Arial is on Linux, or maybe it's Apple Mac, I'm not sure. So I'm just going to go ahead and set this to sans serif, and now no matter what browser they have or what operating system they're on, it'll get displayed as a font that looks like Arial or close enough to it. And then what we can do is just text align center, and that's just going to throw everything into the center of the page. And now what I want to do is we can get to work on starting to center our web page. So let's just comment that here, centering the web page. Cool. And what we can do now is we obviously have to grab our div that I labeled center maker, which is this one right there, and we can go ahead and center maker. And what I want to do now is obviously just set that to a width of 960 pixels. Now the reason why I chose 960 pixels is because actually a lot of web designers use a 960 pixel wide website, and the reason why they do that is because it divides into 3 parts really well. In other words, you can now have a 3-column layout that's 320 pixels each. So we'll have like 320 pixels over here, like, and then 320 pixels over here, and then 320 pixels over here. So if you know about web design, that's just they use columns to like lay everything out. And then after that we can go ahead and set a border just to show you that the website does indeed get centered. So 2 pixels solid red. Cool. And then I'm going to go ahead and set the margin equal to 0 pixels and auto. And if you don't know what that does, that pretty much centers our web page. So let's just go ahead and centers the web page. Okay, what it actually does is it sets 0 pixels of margin on the top and 0 pixels of margin on the bottom, but then auto goes ahead and it makes the same amount of pixels on the left as there is on the right, and essentially that centers our page. So that is pretty easy. And then I just want to go ahead and say font text align left, because otherwise it would inherit this text align center that we put in the body, and I don't want that, but this is just to help center the web page as well. So now if we go ahead and click save and we go back to Firefox and we click refresh, you can see we now have a web page, and everything on our web page is now nice and neatly centered, the same amount of pixels on the left as there is on the right. And if I make my browser a little bit bigger, you can see the space over there got bigger, but if I move it over here so you can see it got bigger on both sides. So it kept the browser or our little div inside of our browser exactly in the middle. So that's pretty much how to center the web page, and in the next couple of tutorials we'll obviously go over styling the rest of our web page. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Please feel free to leave a comment, and if you found this video helpful, then please go ahead and click like, because it's really going to help my channel grow. So thank you very much, and I'll see you guys next time.